Hello everyone. In this video, let us discuss about valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. To overcome the drawbacks of electron theory of valence, this theory was developed by Gillespie and Nahom. This theory was proposed by Sedgwick and Powell. Later it was developed by Nahom and Gillespie. Now let us see what is. So just it is in an order it is explained. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. VSEPRT. The shortly it is known as VSEPRT theory. Valence shell. So here, according to this theory, the electrons those electrons may be bonded or they may be without bond. That means all the electrons in the valence shell are not going to take part in the bonding. Few electrons, even though they are of valence shell, they don't take part in the bonding. They will be remaining without undergoing any bonding with other atoms. So such unbonded electrons are known as what? Lone pairs. What do we call them as? Lone pairs. So this theory considers these electrons, that means the bonded electrons and non-bonded lone pair electrons, as is a charged cloud. This theory considered the electrons of bonds or lone pairs as what? Charged clouds. So you know that charged clouds, whenever there is a charge and that charge is of, whenever it is of same charge, they will repel. So here the bond is formed by sharing same charge species. What are they? That is electrons with the same negative charge. So one bond is existing for a particular atom means there will be another bond which is of same electrons. So there will be here, if you assume that carbon which is bonded to hydrogen, right? So this bond is made up of what? By the sharing of electrons, right? So this is a charged cloud. Bond is what? It is a charged cloud. And this is one more charged cloud. And what charge do they possess? They are possessing the same charge, that is negative charge. So there will be a repulsion between them. Due to that repulsion, they try to remain apart from each other such that the repulsions are minimum. Right, according to this theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, the electrons, the covalent bonded electrons are the lone pair electrons as charged clouds. And these charged clouds, they will be always in a repulsion. To minimize that repulsion, they remain apart from each other such that their repulsions are minimum. So if you take beryllium chloride, around this beryllium chloride there are two bonds, and why they are having only 180 degrees is because these bonded electrons, in order to keep the repulsions minimum, assume that this same beryllium chloride is having this kind of bond angle. That means this covalent bonded electrons are closer like this. What happens? This charged cloud and this charged cloud are very close to each other, isn't it? They are close to each other. So as they are very close to each other, due to the same kind of charge they possess, there will be a repulsion and they will be unstable. So that's the reason why instead of staying like this, they will be remaining apart from each other. So in 360 degrees, if two bonds are to be occupied with minimum repulsion, they need to maintain 180 degrees. If you take 90 degrees, it is also having repulsion, it is facing repulsion. Or if you take 120, let us see 120 also. beryllium chloride which is bonded to, see here, if the bond angle is 120, assume that this is 120 degrees. Even though they are apart when compared to the earlier case, there is somewhat closeness. Due to this closeness, what happens? Their bond angle, due to this closeness in the bond angle, repulsions will be arising. Due to this repulsion, they doesn't remain stable. So therefore, they prefers this 180 degrees bond angle. Right. So here we have two types of electron charged clouds. One is bond pair. Bond pair means what? Electrons. This is a bond which is formed with two electrons. Next is lone pair. Lone pair means what? Where the valence electrons are not bonded to other atom. Say this is an atom A, and the electrons will be remaining like this, suspending like this. See, if you look at these bond pair electrons and lone pair electrons, bond pair electrons occupy less space. They occupy less space, whereas lone pair electrons occupy more space. Clear? These bond pair electrons they are occupying less space, whereas lone pair electrons they are occupying more space. So with this, what happens is there will be more repulsion in when there are lone pair electrons, and there will be less repulsion when there are bond pair electrons. If you look at atom with two bonds, just I have explained here. With two bonds means what? Those two bonds will prefer to remain in such a way that they are having minimum repulsion. That means two bonds will be having the maximum space, that is 180 degrees, isn't it? So here those two bonds, example beryllium chloride, will prefer 180 degrees of bond angle. Why do they prefer? Because 180 degrees is the maximum space between the two bonds, right? So this is the maximum space. We can't expect more than that space. Next, atoms with three bonds. Example, if you take boron trifluoride. See, you can say that this is having no lone pairs, only bond pair electrons. To maintain minimum repulsion, these bond pairs are going to maintain 120 degrees of bond angle. 120 degrees. In the whole 360 degrees space, they are going to maintain how much? 120 degrees space, such that their repulsion is minimum. If that is being deviated, what happens? Repulsion arises. Repulsion arises means what? That molecule will be remaining unstable. Okay. So due to the more repulsion, it doesn't prefer to exist in this shape or in any other shape other than 120 degrees. So if you look at the shape, it is triangular shape, isn't it? If you connect the atoms of fluorine, it is having the triangular shape. If you take methane, the four atoms will be arranged. You can expect what will be the angle if you divide 360 space by 4. What happens? It will be 90 degrees. But is it correct? You can assume this shape, isn't it? All the four hydrogen atoms in the same plane, they are maintaining how much? 90 degrees. Is there any other possibility to minimize the repulsion? Yes, there is another possibility, that is being away from the plane. See here, if you take hydrogen, carbon and the remaining three hydrogens, 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens and 1 carbon, 5 atoms are remaining in the same plane. If you look at this board, on the board you can fix them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 atoms. But in order to minimize this repulsion, even though they are with 90 degrees, there will be definitely repulsion. There is a chance to minimize that repulsion. What is the chance? Is going away from the plane. This hydrogen atom, instead of staying in plane, it can move away from the plane, so that it can increase the bond angle from 90 degrees to further higher bond angle. This CH4 is going to have a tetrahedron shape with an angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes between these. See, I will try to draw the molecule. Carbon with hydrogen in see, I am drawing this hydrogen in the same plane, and this hydrogen is back, that means that is towards the backward side of this blackboard, and one more hydrogen. I am showing the same bond with thick lines, means this hydrogen is like this, that is in the forward direction, that is in the front, and this hydrogen is in the back, and one more hydrogen which is in plane. So in this way, it is going to maintain a bond angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes in order to minimize the repulsion. So you can imagine now, this is not on the board like this. If you assume central carbon like this, one hydrogen is, see, if you take my hand as a plane, this is above the plane and this is below the plane, behind this plane, backward, and this is forward, and the remaining two hydrogens are in the same plane. So in this way, by arranging in a tetrahedron shape, this methane molecule is going to minimize its repulsions, minimize the bond pair repulsions. Now what if there is a lone pair? So this is about the arrangement of atoms from with the 2 bonds, 3 bonds, 4 bonds. If in addition to these bonds, if there are any lone pairs, what will be the shape? Which shape do those molecules attain? Let us discuss now. A molecule with 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. One central atom with 3 bonds and 1 lone pair. So example for this kind of molecule is NH3, ammonia. Right? Here, in order to see these bond pairs, they are going to occupy more space, as I have explained in the earlier. When compared to bond pair, lone pairs are going to occupy more space. Right? So as they are occupying more space, so in this tetrahedron shape, that is 109 degrees 28 minutes, in that these 3 bonds are going to face some more repulsion, isn't it? If you assume in a bench there are the bench capacity is 4. If one of the student who is very fat and who is very strong, he will be occupying more space, then automatically what happens? The remaining 3 will adjust, they will come closer, isn't it? The same thing will happen here. This is lone pair. I will try to draw the lone pair like this. Earlier I will just compare the same with methane. This is methane with 109 degrees 28 minutes. But here this is ammonia with, here see, same 3 bonds are there, same 3 bonds. But instead of the 4th bond, what is there here? Lone pair. Just look at this and look at this. Here these 2 lone pairs, they have occupied very less space. But these two electrons, bonded electrons have occupied less space. But look at these 2 lone pairs. What is this? This is lone pair of electrons. Lone pair means what? What is a pair? Pair of electrons. These 2 lone pair electrons, they have occupied more space. So automatically these 3 will adjust and their bond angles are going to decrease. This bond angle will be 107 degrees 48 minutes. Okay. So from 109 degrees it has minimized. It has decreased its angle. Why it has decreased? Because there is a stout and there is a fat lone pair here. If you take the H2O molecule, around one oxygen, there are two hydrogens and two lone pairs. How do we calculate the lone pairs, bond pairs? We will discuss in the next classes. See here, there are two lone pairs and two bond pairs. With the entry of these two lone pairs which are occupying more space, the bond, it is from, actually it should be 109 degrees, but it is going to further decrease up to 104 degrees 31 minutes. Okay. It is going to be 104 degrees 31 minutes. So in this way, depending upon the number of bond pairs and number of lone pairs, the bond angles and the shape of the molecule is going to change. This is what this theory, VSEPRT theory, has tried to explain. It couldn't explain bond strengths or bond energies. That bond energies were not explained by this theory. The next theory, valence bond theory, which is a quantum mechanical approach towards the study of molecules and their shapes, their bond energies, was given in valence bond theory. In the next video, let us discuss about that.